All right, here we go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. I'm your man, Anthony Smith, and I'm sitting here with my two favorite fellas, and we have a beautiful guest today. But come on, fellas, look at my man over here looking like Mr. T.
You already know what it is, Mr. International. Feeling like Randy Savage jumping off the top rope today.
Look at him, look at him.
Let's go, let's go.
Mr. Doing too goddamn much.
Here we go.
Hit him with that.
Here we go.
Come on.
Oh, he started.
And then we got my favorite compadre behind me, Wilson. Say what's up.
Wilson right here. You guys already know.
And the special guest today, I need you guys to make some noise. Man, she came all the way down to fuck with us just so we can get that lady's point of view on this dog breeding thing. Go ahead.
My name is...
How are you doing? Also known as Pushin P.
Pushin P. Let's get it right. Get it correct.
Okay. We got Pushin P in the building.
A breeder, a real live breeder, man. Let's just clarify a couple of things, man. So as y'all seen on the last episode, man, they was giving me slack for not being able to book guests. But look here, look what we have. We have the queen herself of SoCal, Miss Pushin P in the flesh. Let's go.
All right, let's see.
Oh, he booked one guest and now the nigga think he's something.
Yeah.
He pulled over his Randy
Let's
Savage
talk about
glasses
it. Let's talk
and he
about
think
it.
he doing something. Stop playing with me, man.
Fancy.
Yeah, real quick, real fast.
It's
Yes,
good.
yes,
It's
yes,
good.
yes.
So,
My name
man,
is...
from the lady's point of view, wait, give us a little bit of history on yourself and how Miss Pushin P, let me say it correctly, got into the game and how you started messing with the dogs and, give us a backstory.
I started breeding with Crested Canarios first, and then they're just too big of a dog. I have kids, so to try and deal with it. So then one of the breeders actually was breeding bullies at the time.
Okay.
So it intrigued me, and that's where I started from.
That's okay. So you started off with the bullies.
Yo,
Bullies
Crested
still
Canaries.
the Crested Canaries.
So if you recall the last show, how we chopped it up with a boy from High Power Kennels, and the bigger breed dogs, how it is to handle them. So just diving into that, with children, the bigger breed dogs, it's a little rough, right?
Well, yeah, you need the space, you need the time. Like I said, I have children, so it's a lot, and you really need the space.
Yeah,
The
right.
bullies is a lot smaller, compact. You can do a lot more with them, and then I just like the breed more, to be honest with you guys. The
That's
bully
right.
breed, yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So where did the name Pushin P come in?
Well.
Because Pushin P is a new term, so don't tell me they stole it from you.
No, they definitely didn't steal it from me, but I grew up in between South Central and Colton, so I have a lot of friends that were like affiliated, so
Right.
that's where it kind of came from. And everyone around me kind of just joked and said I'm always applying pressure.
Yeah.
And with the dogs,
That's right.
production, so that's where it came from.
That's right.
I
That's
can
right.
dig it. I can dig it. So as being on this bully side, how long you been in the game?
2017.
2017. Okay.
Yeah.
5 years.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Going in.
So here's my question, right? Let's just break the ice. One of the major questions that a lot of us breeders, and when I say breeders, including females, because we're all breeders at this point, have is, is it necessary for a female to be backed by a male in this game?
No.
Okay. Can you give me a little bit of insight on that?
With that, well, what do you mean by that?
So what I mean by,
Does your man got to be doing the shit?
Right.
Did he
This is
have to bring you
obviously
into the
a
game?
male predominant game. You know what I mean? And you being an independent woman coming in the game, the perception is that there's always a man behind, the production or the work or, dealing with the dogs, So just, having you here shedding a little light on that topic.
This nigga
Yeah.
in these glasses,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because, to be honest with you guys, it's women who are behind you guys.
Exactly.
It's
I
the
said
women
it.
who are the
I said it.
backbone. It is
Stop
the women
playing
who
with
are
me. Go
helping
back.
with the
Wait a
well-being.
minute.
It is the women
Yes.
who
I
are...
need a new
Yes.
button. I just thought on one. Stop the cap, nigga.
No,
Stop
that's
the
cap.
cap.
My name
I'm
is...
with you.
remember
I'm
exactly
with you.
like
I'm
that.
with you. It's this nigga over here.
I remember Mr. National saying that.
Yo, go back. It's
back.
all on tape. It's all on tape. So
We
you know
running
what I'm
it back.
saying?
Maybe it's the Hennessy that got me fucked up.
I need to see the run back on.
Yeah, run that shit back, man. I said it. You know,
back.
I mean, women are the backbone, man. You know, shout out to my beautiful wife. You know, holding it down. You know,
she let you wear them glasses today.
Yeah, she told me not to, but shit, fuck that. You know, I do what I do. I'm Mr. International, baby. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, baby.
Yeah. Hey, but you know, what I'm saying, hold it down with the pups right now. You know, cleaning up a whole lot of and doing what she got to do. You know, paperwork and you know the backbone of a lot of these kennels are women. So, but right here we have someone that's not only the backbone but the front runner as well. So, you know, I just want to pick your brain a little bit and get your insight on, you know, this male dominant game and bring it to perspective that it's not necessarily male dominant. It's actually, you know, a female's world as well.
It's male predominantly because that's what's front and center.
Right.
And that's what's portrayed. But in reality, like I said, a lot of these men have wives at home, girlfriends that are doing all of the well-being and, you know, helping them and just with
making the shit look good.
Yeah.
All right. So, question is, how do you stand out? You know, when it's a male predominant, you know, field, how do you set yourself up to be, you know, the face of something big?
I originally started out with a different. So I was in the back. You know, I stayed in the back. I recently, about 1 or 3 months now, where I'm out front and center. It's completely different being front and center, especially as a woman, because you're not taken seriously at first. They think that you're just like, you know,
just
a
playing
pretty
around.
face. Yeah,
Right,
they don't take you serious until you. So what I have separated myself as, if you have watched my podcast, you know that I'm always pretty much fully clothed.
Right, right.
Because I want the center of attention to be the dogs. I don't want
Right.
to be looked at in any other way. And I try to keep it a dog world. Of course, everybody jokes around. They make their, you know, I let the jokes slide sometimes. But for the most part, I separate myself because I am wanting this more than anything to be to be mainly dogs, and I want to go across East Coast, you know, Midwest, whatever, the South, and be taken seriously.
Right, because, you know, I mean, the perception is, you know what I mean, women come in the game and it's really not about the dog. You know, I mean, and you look at some of the things that the women be putting on.
I don't want to say it starts off that way.
I mean, it starts off in the sense of, because, you know, I've ran across a couple of female breeders, right? And I watch their lives and I follow them, you know, out of respect for the game, you know, the dogs, right? But then you start hearing them say, oh, all these niggas trying to get at me, they want me, and this is what I do. But then, you know, they come out with the, you know, on, and it's like, well, what kind of attention are you trying to attract? Are you trying to attract the attention to your dogs? Are you trying to attract the attention to yourself? You know, which one is it? And how do you differentiate, you know, between the two?
Yeah, so I'm not knocking nobody. You can wear whatever you
Exactly.
want.
Do your thing.
That's what I was on.
Yeah,
that's what I was on, pushing P. You know what I mean?
But just understand that it's gonna come with, you know what I'm saying, a price, like
being sexualized.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I get that.
exactly.
I get that completely. Like I said, I come on here with hoodies, t-shirts, and I'm still getting sexualized regardless. So it's gonna happen regardless.
Right.
It's just all about how you portray yourself. You guys aren't gonna catch me after midnight doing some weird stuff on there.
right.
Keep it 100% business.
Yeah, it's mainly about dogs.
Yeah.
And you know, that's pretty much it. That's all you can do to kind of differentiate yourself
Right.
from everybody else.
Yeah, cause I done seen you in action, man. I done seen cats jump on your live stream and they be shooting they shot. Boy, it be funny sometimes. It be funny because you just laugh it off and then, you know, you get right back to the dogs. Let's get the count and all that. You know, big up to your platform, man. She's doing something great out here. Y'all go check her Instagram out. She hosts a live. Is there a specific time that you be hosting your live, or is just?
No, I kind of just hop, like I said, I'm a mom, so I just kind of hop on there, whatever I can do. But I am at the shows every single Saturday. I'm at every single.
You wait. Say that one more time.
I'm at the shows.
And when?
Every single Saturday.
Ooh, so here's a question. This is a sensitive subject. Nah, this is a real sensitive subject. Anybody? No, it's not you. It's just
hold up. Come on.
It's me.
It's a fact, right? So here's the question, and we've asked everybody that's came on the show. You know, how important is it for not only female breeders but breeders in general top tier breeders and beginner breeders to show up at these shows? How important is that
100%.
to you?
To me, it's 100%.
Why?
Because I need you to see my dog in person. Because
Let's go.
on camera is completely different from when you see them in person. I need you to be able to interact with me because on live, I interact as much as I can with you guys, but there's only so much. Don't do the shade thing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming.
I'm a very easy person to talk to, so I need to be able to interact with everybody because at the end of the day, I could pretend to be a breeder, I could be up here and do all these things, but who the hell am I going to sell these dogs to?
Right.
If I'm not at these shows, you know, putting in the work, and then I want to see what I'm going up against.
Exactly.
See the competition.
Yeah, I want to see the
It's a
competition.
competition.
So the question came in, and it came across to me, and due to some of the people that I'm connected to, I said these niggas ain't got time. It's not important for the biggest
But it's
breeders
part
to
of the
try and
business.
be at every single show.
Now,
No,
it
it's
depends.
not,
It
nigga.
depends. It depends. It depends on where your caliber of a breeder
Thank you.
are. So
Oh,
if
there
you
you
are
go.
a very
Thank you.
high caliber breeder to where you don't
Where
need
my
to be at
motherfucking
every
glasses at,
single-
nigga? Where my motherfucking glasses at, nigga? I need some shit to put. Wait, hold on.
Hey,
I got some
glasses right
Pull
here for
down
you.
Okay,
too.
go ahead.
Oh. Is that what the nigga did
Favorite
me?
joint right here.
Yeah, no, that works. Did you catch it? So it depends the caliber of breeder you are. So if you're already up in the game,
You shouldn't be at every
yes
show.
and no. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be at
Yes
every show.
and
But you
no.
should be
Yes
at the
and
big
no.
shows.
But you should be there still showing your stud, or, you know, because we do need to see these studs.
We
in
need to
person at the end
see.
of the- Yeah, because I'm not going to put $5,000, $10,000
Talk about it.
on a dog.
Talk about
and
it,
I
sis.
pull up and it looks something crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
But
So
That's
my
fair.
thing has always been with these super studs, as I like to call them, the production is going to speak for itself.
Yeah, but
why
you
am I
spending
gonna
your
pay-
money.
Exactly. I'm spending on something.
But what
I don't-
happens
No.
when everybody
but
has...
you can't be mad at me for not making it to a in particular show.
Come on, man.
What?
There he go. Nah, man,
no,
bro.
I get what he's
Nah,
saying. I
nah.
get what he's saying.
Yeah, no. Because he's trying to flip it. So let's just talk facts, right?
Clean your glasses, nigga.
The story at hand is it's just as important for a top tier breeder to go to shows, not every fucking show, as it is for a beginner to go to shows, for the simple fact that this is a show and tell game. Look, only thing that your dog is going to tell is what I can see, right? Hence, go into the conversation of Photoshops and things of that nature. We're spending money.
Don't get it wrong. We've done podcasts with like my boy Jason of Interstate Bullies. Not Interstate Bullies, Imported Bullies. And he, at the time, had a dog Batman, right? Everybody wanted to see Batman, hadn't locked Batman in. He went to West Coast Bully Expo, one or two, I can't remember the one, and he ended up locking over $300,000 in cash just because that many people were waiting to actually physically see the dog.
I can see it.
Exactly.
I think that's
so,
more marketing.
So the hype, the marketing.
I think that's
the
more
hype
marketing. Yeah.
was risen up to here,
So
Right.
and then the dog had to come out and show I'm really it, nigga.
Okay, that's
you
why
know
we
what I
drop
mean?
jewels
So
on the
niggas is
Exotic
coming
Network.
in and dropping the bag. He's
Yeah.
like, niggas ain't even. They came over and they say he's the truth and just pulled the money.
I can dig it. I can dig
Lock
that.
me in.
I can dig that.
But he showed up to it.
But he showed up to the show.
But
But my
only the
thing
biggest
is
show.
the caliber of breeder. It depends on how many shows, and it's not even to say that you're big headed. You just not gonna have the time.
My name
You
is...
got a full family
No,
at
that's
home.
realistic.
You whelping puppies. You doing this and that. You got niggas pulling up for breedings, and you telling me you gonna miss out on $15,000 that's pulling up to your door in breedings to go to a show? Nigga, no. That's
No.
business.
But I will
It's not
say
gonna
The
happen.
only reason I'm at every single show right now is because I'm an up and coming breeder.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So I
Thank
need
you.
to be there. I need
Thank
to
you.
be
Where's my
there
motherfucking button at? Shit.
Another one.
Nigga, what?
Another one.
Nigga,
Okay,
stop playing with me in this.
Simmer down. Okay, look, let's talk about
Randy
the truth,
Savage,
right?
nigga, with your tight ass shirt and
Yeah,
your
I'm finna
motherfucking
come off
glasses.
the-
He
off the
about
top
to go
rope.
into a straight wrestling
Motherfucker,
match
hey,
after this.
been in
bitch.
the gym.
Man, I better stop playing
Been in
with
the
my
gym.
boy.
Okay, look, check it out.
Trying to show
Watch
it
out,
off.
little bitch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gains, baby, gains. But anyway.
All right.
I'm not about to play with
But
it.
so this is what it boils down to. I mean, from my perspective, right? Everybody has their own opinion, right? But at the end of the day, this game is meant for you to be out there, right? This is not a behind the scenes game. I get it. We all get busy. I mean, when you are a breeder, yeah, you have other obligations that you have to tend to, but the priority in this game is to get out and let people see who you are. So there is no misconception. There
But,
is
like,
no
it's changed,
confusion.
hasn't it? Like today in the online age, you could be on live almost every day, show your dog, show yourself, be this online presence,
that is
and then
a great
just show
point.
up to like 3 shows out of the year and make the bag.
I mean, yeah, but
Is
at
that
the
not
same
true?
time, okay. So me,
That's
I
changing
love
now, though.
dogs. I love dogs. I'm a fan of.
My name is.
As far as being a breeder, what she's produced, how she's showing up to the shows and so forth. So as a fan of the dog game, I want to be able to be like, hey, yo, what's good? Yo, what you got going on? Like, you know, chop it up, see where she at with it and what she doing.
I feel like that's
with
dangerous to
anybody
be
else
putting
in the
off
game.
to a new breeder, yo. Because the dog game is like the rap game and the shit is funny. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
You're going to have a
It
lot
is.
of niggas that's smiling in your face, that's talking shit behind your back. A lot of
Facts.
people that's coming over and
My name
I
is.
love your productions, I love this and that, blah, blah, blah. She don't know shit
true.
about dogs. You know what I mean? So you got to watch who you do business with no matter what. Mr. International, he comes off a whole different way. Everybody got to be my man's friend. But you got to watch out for yourself when you out there at
Yeah.
these shows, on these lives, and interacting with people throughout the world. Because they don't get down the same way that we get down in Southern Cali. They might be from Florida and have a whole nother get down. You know what I mean? You could get off a plane and get hijacked. It's been all types of things that have happened to breeders, dogs getting snatched,
Yeah,
and
this
weird
game
shit
is real.
going on.
Yeah.
So make sure your business and
clean.
yourself is protected at
And
all
Trump
times.
times.
You know what I mean? You can't just be doing business with everybody.
So I want to lead into this question right here real quick. Who throws the best shows?
Man,
Texas
come on, stop
or
playing.
Cali?
Cali all
Texas,
day.
Cali,
What?
or Florida?
You're not gonna play
Yeah,
with
we
me.
talk about it.
You're not
Miss,
gonna play with me.
Miss
What?
Pusha P.
Wait a
Miss Pusha
minute.
P, what's
Whoa,
your
whoa,
perspective?
whoa.
Yeah, shit is
You're
real
not
over
gonna-
here.
you're not-
Man, shit is real over here.
play with me.
Yeah, who
Right
throw
there.
the best shows?
And
West
Cali
Coast,
got the best shows. I don't
East
care
Coast,
how
or down
big
south?
I'm a
Texas
Cali
is.
West
baby,
Coast.
so
Thank
I
you.
gotta go with Cali.
Let's go, West Coast, baby.
Nobody, you know I mess with Florida and
We
Texas
in
and
here.
all
I
that.
love, but you know we holding it down at. We
Now,
holding it
don't
down
get
over
me
here on
wrong.
the West Coast.
Is they applying pressure everywhere. Florida's applying pressure. You know what I mean?
Florida's doing
Texas,
their thing right now.
major applying pressure. You know what I mean? The East Coast in general applying pressure. Everybody's applying pressure, but it's still the best dogs in the West
Right,
Coast.
right.
Period.
So
You know what
with
I
that
mean? They
being
still
said-
coming. No matter what they producing, the where the dog came from was here.
Right,
That's true.
West Coast.
West Coast.
We all know that. We all know that.
There's no fight
With
there.
that being said,
name
because we already talked about it, I'm sorry. Can I? You know, I call you,
My name
but
is-
you know, Miss
I
Pusha
know,
P, Miss Pusha P,
everybody
Miss Pusha P,
My name
Miss
is-
Pusha P, Miss
Push
Pusha P.
it.
Hey,
No,
look,
we're
check
gonna
it out.
blurp it. We're gonna.
Push
They not
the
even
P,
gonna
push
hear.
the-
My name
It's
is-
gonna be like boop,
So Miss Pusha P.
boop, and we're gonna put it on the screen. Don't even trip. We got you.
With that being said,
That's Big Head in the back. He gonna edit all that real nice.
Oh
for you.
my gosh.
Everybody gonna start
This
commenting
guy.
like, no.
We got
Probably
you.
will.
My bad. You know, we've already identified that this is a competitive sport. You know what I mean? It's a competitive business. So, who are some of the top female breeders out there right now that's really holding it down, putting it down? That you like, yo, she really coming with it. So, I got to tighten up and come with it too. Give me a little rundown.
So coming into the game, honestly, I was not familiar with any of the female breeders. I'm in my own lane.
Yep.
But
That's right.
when I came into it and I started seeing the hustle and the drive that some of these women are out here doing, it's great. Like
That's right.
like I said, I haven't got the chance to really meet any of these women.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see them out here doing from time to time. Pretty Hustle.
Pretty
Exotics.
Hustle.
She taps into my stuff.
Florida.
Yeah. I see Low Code. She's out here doing her thing too. I see Chelsea doing her thing.
Chelsea.
Yeah, so I haven't got
Blood
the
in, blood
privilege
out.
to sit down with them or talk to them, but I see the drive, I see the hustle, and for them to really out here standing their ground is dope. It's dope.
So do you think now that
Shout out
you've
to the
seen
ladies.
so many like new ladies coming into the game, are there going to be more, or do you think it's just going to be like
We're
top
coming
dogs?
to take over. I've seen a bunch of girls coming in.
Ooh,
We
okay.
coming.
To
Yeah.
take
They put
over.
together
coming.
like
To take over.
sororities. You know what I mean? They packing up. You know what I mean? They teaming up. I done seen full all women stack offs at shows. I done seen some crazy dope stuff the ladies have been, putting together and kind of, uniting, which is
Yeah.
good. You know what I mean? And as you guys should. the guy, you know, it's a little different for us.
It's
you know?
a little different, man.
The little pack
think,
of wolves is gonna be different.
I think the game has definitely calmed down a lot. You know what I mean? Coming from the era where, you know, you had cats screaming and yelling and, you know, pumping their chest, and, you know, by the end of the show they squabbing and squad just, you know, facing off and all that. You know, it's become a little more hospitable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, in the game, which is, you know, a compliment to a lot of these women. You know, bringing that estrogen level into that, you know, testosterone driven atmosphere to kind of even things out, so we can really focus on the dogs, because that's what it's about.
Yes,
right?
no, because you do got to remember, women are extremely petty. That's why when you refer to
facts.
that's why when you refer to a man hating on another man, we call it feminine. That's why we say you have a feminine trait, because usually women only do that.
Jeez.
So I would say
you more of a bitch than a bitch. Shade.
So women can definitely be. You could see another woman a little prettier than you, or whatever the case, and we're looking at it like, "Ooh, no, yes, she not it," without even getting to know that person.
Right.
So, in this game, yes and no. That's why I say that, because some of these men are really real, and then some of them I look at and I'm like, why are you doing that? Get off live. Stop arguing with each other. Hit each other on the back end, because you guys are going to be on live tomorrow together, hanging out again, and the rest of us are confused.
Right. Big beefing on the internet, and then get to the show and buddy and second hand.
Yeah. See, that's where the Cali comes in. I'm like, I can't.
The internet never loses,
that's
man.
Right.
And nobody forgets off the internet. Everything is being screen recorded, shared, and everything. So if you think a nigga forgot, he didn't.
So here's another question that I want to, you know, address. You know, I know you're known for just having females in your yard. Give me a little background on why you only have females, why you are not trying to keep that stud out of the productions that you produce. What's the reasoning behind that?
Females have where all the money is.
Females where the money's at.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Really?
Pushing a stud is a very hard job, and being that I'm not out there like that, I don't have the buzz. I feel like you have to have a buzz in order to push a male. So for me, I want to have that production. I don't want to just be out here saying, "Oh, I have a stud. I have a stud." I want something that comes from either a breeder that, you know, I really believe in them, and I want to push that stud to where I'm like, I believe in their camp. Or my own production. Other than that, I don't want to push a stud unless I fully 100% believe in it. And that's why I've been holding off to buy a stud, or even, you know, attempt my own production.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that I have that platform to where I can revenue, or else the dog's just going to be sitting in my yard.
Right, he's just going to be
because at the end of the day, it's a business. It is a business at the end of the day. But, you know, my perspective on that, you know, just to tap in, it's like you make your stud what he is. You know, you got to believe in that stud, you know, whether it's a stud from somebody else's yard or a stud that you produce, you know what I mean? So from the ground up is, you know, how you stay down, you know, that's just my perspective. So, but yo, I can dig it, man. You know, females bring in the money at the end of the day, you know, they produce.
Females bring in the consistent bag.
The consistent bag. We can say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know about that.
Hey, there's some studs out there though now that, you know what I'm saying, that they stud fee is more than motherfuckers making on a litter.
But on average,
you feel me?
You're gonna have.
I'm talking you're gonna have like a litter of, you know, 3, 4, 5, whatever the case may be. That's gonna bring in more than that, you know, because being truthful, you have to push the dog. So your stud fee is not gonna come off as a $10,000 dog. I can't just come off and be like, yo, my stud fee is $10,000, y'all.
It ain't happening.
No, you're gonna start off at either
1,500.
15
your intro.
3, 35, then you go to 5. So and then at that time you're using the promoting gig as in, oh yeah, $500 lock-in or $3,000 paid in full. So you have to build yourself up there in order to be able to even sell this stud. So I'm not gonna come out with a stud for $1,000 when my females are pulling in 5 to 7 a puppy. I'd rather just pay the stud fee and let the puppies sell.
Jules, y'all. She dropping jewels over here for you upcoming breeders or anybody inquiring about getting in the game, man. There's always another side to it, other ways to skin the cat. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. She dropping.
So let's just say you got a young 17-year-old female that comes at you and she's, Miss Pushin P, I'm thinking about getting in this dog game. I need some advice. How much money should I start off with? And where could you push me? What should I do first?
First off, know your budget. So if your budget is very low, if you're looking for a $1,500 dog to a $3,000 dog, there's people out here that will give it to you at that, or you know, like do the whole put back thing. But realistically, if you have a budget that small, don't get
It ain't even worth it.
And,
Right.
and not even that, you got to look into, like I would tell them, it's not even about just that one-time payment of buying the dog. You're buying a puppy, meaning this female is not going to produce for you for about another year.
Year and a half,
Yeah.
for sure.
So you're not going to make no money off of this stuff. Then when the female comes in, you got to look into not only the stud fee, you got to look into the C-sections, the AIs, the PG tests, all that runs
Surgicals if
up.
you go that route.
Real
And
quick.
then let's not forget the vet bills. The vet bills are
Crazy.
no joke. So if you're looking to make, if it's like a get rich quick scheme,
Right.
get out.
Get out.
It's
Pandemic
gonna take about
breeders.
10 losses before you hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the pandemic. breeders.
Yeah. How do you know
Exactly,
what?
the pandemic.
Yeah, let's
We call them
tap
pandemic
in on
breeders.
that a little bit because that's a hot topic too, man. Them pandemic breeders, man. Y'all already know the PPPs and the EDDs, and everybody was balling. You know what I'm saying? And coming out, and you know
get
they
a
figured
puppy,
just
you get a puppy,
yeah,
you get a
everybody,
puppy.
everybody, right?
Everybody
you know,
gets a
spinning them
puppy.
dog, and then now here it is. You know what I'm saying? They flooded the market because they didn't understand the back, you know, story, the back work that you got to put in to actually being a successful breeder in this game. Just give me a little bit of your insight on how that affected you in, you know, in your journey as being
How
a
was
breeder.
your 2020 per se?
Yeah.
I made a bag.
Jeez,
Let
get
these
it.
PPP bring in.
Yeah.
Like,
Get
y'all,
it.
make,
Get
y'all
it.
bought
Get
puppies
it.
off of me.
I'm like 5 for
But,
5, and
yeah.
every breeder that I've asked has said the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That's
government.
right.
Keep
Thank
it coming.
you. But I think it's our problem. We put on a not even. Yeah, it's our problem because if I'm gonna group myself, I'm part of this. I'm as a breeder, so I'm gonna go ahead and take on this too. It's our problem because we create an illusion when we're on these Instagram and they see the cars or the whatever the case may
The
be.
jewelry.
The jewelry, the
Trips and
the
Yup.
jewelry.
Yeah.
So they see
Oh yeah, them
it.
fancy glasses.
Yeah, the fancy glasses. So they see this and we create a facade for them and they think it's that easy when in reality they're not seeing
The dirty
Wake-
work.
waking
Back
up every
doors.
2 hours
Yeah.
to the whelping, the clean, let's keep it real
Yeah,
because
sheesh.
y'all forget I clean shit too.
Yeah, right. That
So
part.
the cleaning the shit, just the mess. It's just we made it look so easy for them and they thought that they could come in and create, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
get
heard
rich
some
quick.
crazy stories of people buying dogs for 30, 40,000, and
Where they
3 months down the line asking breeders to buy the dogs back
Yeah,
for half
facts.
the money. You know what I mean?
You know, I think it
And
fucked up the game, man.
I-
Real shit.
I think
mean, we made the
shined
bag.
a light on the game,
It
and
did.
the real breeders are going to survive.
Yeah.
All the fake ones are going to fall by the wayside,
Yeah.
and that's me personally just stating facts. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? And
I
I
agree.
feel like that's really what's going to end up
But it
happening.
takes time.
and it's happening a lot
Oh, no, it's
more.
happening.
It's happening
happening.
right now.
Yeah, it's happening.
There's
as
so
we
many
speak.
people that are stuck right now with Frenchies. It's ridiculous.
And they don't
stuck
wanna.
with bullies.
They don't know what
they
to do.
can't sell them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And,
But so,
and not to
so
say
this
that they
is
got
how it
shit
affects the
dogs.
game, right? Right. So now here it is. We have a high value dog, right? That we put our time, love, and care into, and it was an investment when we, you know, initially got the dog, and we marketed this dog at, let's say, $5K, right? And then you got the person that came in, they got that quick bag, and you know they spent that money, they got that dog. Now they don't know what to do with it, and they put it on the market for $1,500. You know what I mean? Like,
First of all, I want to know who the hell I'm selling my dogs to. I don't know if I can say that.
facts.
No, yeah.
But I
Of
want to
course,
know
of
who
course.
I'm selling my dogs
Yes.
to. I want to converse with you. I want to talk with you. I want to know what your plans are.
True breeder.
Like, just because I don't want my dog. I've heard of a story recently where somebody bought a dog, and that person kept the dog in a chicken coop. So somebody
What?
else
Wow.
ended up buying them and bringing them to
Yeah.
a real home, another breeder. I'm not gonna shout her out, but that was dope of you.
man,
Yeah.
give
We're
us
not
some
gonna do it because
love.
I don't want to.
Okay,
Right, right, right.
I mean,
Do your
but
thing.
shit,
You
shit
know
get
who I
real
am.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes we don't know who we're selling our dogs to.
Right.
And then another thing is, as a breeder, we fuck up too because, like my first dog, I thought I was buying an exotic, micro. I bought a pocket bully.
Ooh.
Yeah, when it started growing and it grew fast, I was like, what did I buy? But there's been even, you know, I run my lives. If you guys watch my lives, I do a lot of stack offs. And for the most part, I'm very respectful to everybody. Did
I go 3-0? What I went?
You came in.
You know what I'm saying? Came in stunting on their ass one time. You know what I mean? Mr. International, let's go. You feel me?
Mr. International.
Let's go, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Good looking out, G. Good looking out, baby, for hooking your boy up, man.
But a lot of these people come into the platform and they're like, yo, Pete, my dog looks a little bigger. What you think? And I'm like, can you put a paper towel next to it? Like, I'm like, who'd you buy the dog from? Because I try to be so, I don't want to come at nobody like, yo, that's a piece of shit.
Right.
Now, sometimes you got to, though, man. But this is good. No, this is good right here.
Because they don't know. A lot of people
don't know.
are
International.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know.
Facts.
And it's
Facts.
not fair to them. They dropped, you know, $3,000-$4,000 on a dog like I did. So they drop this money and they end up with these tall dogs. Nothing wrong with them, you know, but that's not what they were buying.
Exactly. Let me get what I'm paying for.
They didn't get what they paid for.
Let me get what I'm paying for.
They was bamboozled.
Yeah,
it was all an illusion.
Those are the breeders I have an issue with. You guys are selling these dogs and saying that they're one thing, and you
knowing damn well they're
guys
another.
are selling a dream, and it's not fair to these people that are. This isn't $30-$40, you guys. These are thousands of dollars, and some of us are hardworking people that actually earned every single penny of it. It wasn't PPP money,
right?
So when we purchase
got it
these
from the
dogs,
mud.
It's sad. You see them come up, and I see these dogs. I've had recently somebody came on my platform. I don't know why they did it. No offense to you, but I think they bought 2 dogs. I want to say 2 dogs for $1,500.
Whoa!
And them dogs were big. And
where they do that at?
I forgot what state it was. but we were kind of like thrown off, and we were looking at them, and they were for sure at least a pit bull.
Damn.
But I had somebody on my platform who I rock with heavy, and you know, 4 Yard. That's his name, 4 Yard. He was quick to say.
Shout out to 4 Yard.
Yeah, he was quick to say, drop me a message, like, I'm gonna send you a real book. Like,
Man, that's love.
And that was just free. He said, I got it. Like,
that's
let
love.
me just send it to you. So that was dope that there is people out here who still have a heart. 'Cause at the end of the day, I believe in karma. So.
Right. You know, and it cleans up the black eye that them catchers out there putting on the game, man. You know what I mean? You trying to make a quick buck, so you'll lie, cheat, and steal, you know what I'm saying, and do everything but keep it real. You know, so, you know, shout out to all those out there that's really making the game authentic and keeping it true to the nature. You know what I mean? 4 Yard, man. Shout
and that's
out,
what this
shout
platform is about, is spreading the word. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people that that just don't know. You know what I mean? Or be getting guided by someone who's just trying to snake them in the end for a couple bucks. You know what I mean?
So I want to.
You're only cheating yourself. Let's keep.
Let's keep it. No. You facts. That's facts. Big facts.
Because you're not gonna make it.
The best customer is a return customer.
Right. I have customers from my last litters of early last year that are like, when is your next drop?
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
Because I also pride myself in, if you buy a dog from me, I'm driving to you.
Yeah.
If you are buying a $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 dog, I drove to South Carolina to drop off a dog. I drove to Tampa, Florida to drop off a dog. I'm not gonna risk my dog being on a plane and dying off of stress or
mishandling
a person I do not know, driving them in a car and giving them anxiety. I'd rather them be with me the whole way, and on top of that, you get to meet me, shake my hand, you get to know what the program is.
Hence why it's important.
Look at him.
You know what I'm saying? Hence why it's important, brother.
I'm sick of this nigga. I'm sick of this nigga, man. I'm sick.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's the real, man. It's the real. Yeah, that's my homegirl, man. That's my sis, man. You know, and she dropping some jewels, man. That's why I'm really excited. I was excied, you know, even though she stood me up the last time these niggas got on my head. No, let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Why, Sway?
I didn't know who he was.
Oh my
and I was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know this man.
My man come in hella aggressive,
you know what I'm saying? Yo, I was very polite, very professional.
You know, we be doing our shit and
come chop it up, man. Come drop your jewels, man. Come shed your light on the world, and that's what we need. People like you. But yo, I wanna jump on something, man. The one thing
that Mr. International brings to us as a unit is he's an actual breeder, right? So I'm not a breeder. Wilson's not a breeder. Okay. But I have been around.
He's stamped in the game.
Some of the world's biggest breeders for the past, since I've been in the game. So me being around the game, what I'm trying to bring to the game is what I do, you know what I mean? And that's behind the camera or being in front of the camera with the podcast. So this is something that I have been trying to put out, but I didn't have a Mr. International to give a real breeder's point of view. And me not having the complete knowledge, you know what I mean? I was missing that piece. So once he came around, you know what?
Short, what we saying?
You can't even get
no. Hold on, no, because it's on my heart right now. Look, bro, it's on my heart. So in short, we trying to sign Miss Pushin P to the Exotic Network crew, man. What y'all think, man? Y'all speak it in the comments, man. Type it in the comments. What y'all think about Miss Pushin P representing the women on the Exotic Network, man? Let's talk about it.
She's definitely doing her thing. Yeah, and Miss Pushin P, we appreciate you coming on the show. It's not over yet. I know my man, he still got plenty more questions.
Oh yeah, for sure. So thank you though.
But back to what you were saying, I feel like that's a woman's touch when you were talking about the way that you care for the dogs and the way that you are willing to go out of your way to deliver your puppies. You went all the way to North Carolina? South Carolina, went all the way to the Carolinas to go deliver a puppy. You know what I mean? Now, mid-tier breeders, like, you know, all small breeders, mid-tier breeders, you guys got to listen to these gems that she's dropping. Just because it's a lady up here, she's really handling business, and that's something that's going to have her customers, your customers, and whoever you're dealing with really feel that connection to you and your program. That's how you build a brand. You know what I mean? Like, the thing that people get twisted with me is I only know how to be one person. I'm the same nigga the same person that you see right here on this podcast, the same person that you're gonna meet in person. You know what I mean? And I don't play the little internet games and do all the weird stuff on the internet. And that's why a lot of the stuff that I do, I just post and get off the line. I post so much to the internet, and I have no idea what's going on because I get on, do what I got to do, and get off because it's messy. You know what I mean? And it can be real messy if you involve yourself in some of the stuff that's going on. So if you're going to build a platform, man, do it the right way. This shit is about building a brand. This is about building that Nike. You know, you want your shit to be the biggest and the best and world renowned and world known. You know what I mean? I felt like when I went over to China, that shit was crazy. When I got off the plane and them niggas is taking pictures, and I'm like trying to, you know, I got my camera out and they like, no, get in, and they trying to take pictures of me, and I'm like, oh, me?
Yeah, that's the part of the game.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy, right? Yeah. So you go to a show and they like, oh no, that's Pushin P. Let me get the picture, girl. You know what I mean? And then you start building your own celebrity, but it comes off of the person. Why you should
go to every show that you can go to. I'm just saying.
I'm at every single show. I really am.
I'm on your head, boy. You're not gonna get away with that. This is for everything. I mean, go ahead, man. My bad.
Back to what I was saying, man. You guys are really out there, truly building a brand, and there's nothing that you can't do that's gonna be overseen. So don't short side yourself. You know what I mean? Don't take no shortcuts. Take the long way around and really build this shit from the ground up and
put the footwork in.
Exactly, man. If you gotta take some of what Mr. International's doing, some of what Pushin P's doing, some of what George is doing, and you know, throw all that shit in a pot and get what you gotta get out of it, then do it that way. But keep the shit clean, man.
Yeah, man.
I just hate.
You gotta be open to constructive criticism too. Because somebody could come and tell you something like, hey,
oh my God.
You do have to be open to
that. Is a can of worms in itself. You most definitely.
Well,
a lot of you niggas, what'd you call them earlier? They was
pandemic breeders?
No, not pandemic breeders. Yes, them feminine them niggas.
Oh, yeah, but I mean that goes into the fact of, you know, like
you really feel
letting
like
them
you
know
got
what
something,
it is.
but you really gotta have real niggas. Don't get Kanye out here. Don't have a bunch of pussies around you telling you that everything you doing is okay. You need to have some real niggas around you, exactly, to say, you know what?
So Miss Pushin P,
that's not it.
Who's on your team, man? Give a shout out to your team. Who we got on your team, man?
As far as breeders?
Breeders, support cash, you know what I'm saying? People that, you know.
Anybody you want to shout out that really mess with you?
So I started on a different platform as far as going live. So
what platform was it?
That one.
Okay.
But my main two people that I go live with are Kame House Bulls. He actually doesn't do exotic bulls. He does the XLs. He does the Frenchies. He does the he has a lot of things over pockets. And you know, as being on my platform, you know that my platform is open to all breeds, so it's not just
Dope.
bullies. We're
Nice.
stacking everything.
It's a community.
Yeah, because you stacked your
my pit bull.
Yeah. So we're bringing everything out because at the end of the day, in this. Or in the bully game, it's a stigma of we see a larger dog and it's like it's a giraffe. It's
Giraffe or bear.
Right.
We all came from pit bulls.
Talk about it. Come on, talk about it. There ain't no
I'm telling niggas right now,
pit
the way
bulls
y'all running
and
around
bulldogs
with these little Frenchies. I'm talking
Why you look
2020.
that way?
I'm talking 2020. These niggas was this big, and I'm seeing
Big
them,
ass Frenchies.
and y'all not even
Now they
wanting to
fucking
bring.
hell.
I was like, what the hell is this? This nigga look like a poodle.
Yeah, for real.
What?
Real shit, big shit. Yo, Miss Pushing P, I got another question for you. You know, and I think we need to touch on this topic. You know, and get your perspective as a breeder.
Wait. The rest of my team.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Excuse me. My bad.
Yes.
My bad. I don't want to just
International.
slow down, Mr. International. Okay, let me slow down.
Team. Kame House Bulls. Kelvin is actually just up and coming, so he's doing EBs. He's always on my platform as well.
That's is that your boy from? That's not Wes Walker, right? Walker
Oh
World.
my God, I love Walker World. Walker
Yeah, that's
World,
that young dude. They hard. Yeah, I love them. They hard. He hard. Yeah, he hard.
14-year-old out here pushing.
We gonna get that little nigga on the podcast,
I
man.
love him.
That young man. Excuse my friend. Yeah.
Walker World is definitely out here. I got to meet him, and he's an amazing kid, and he has a really amazing support system. His mom and his dad, as well as, like I said earlier, I mentioned 4-Yard. He's part of my team. As far as people that I call, I literally was just on the phone with him on my way here.
Dope.
I have certain people that
Yo,
I
if I
really
give you the
talk to.
call, I'm just gonna press the button and come with the guns blazing. God damn
And
it.
some of the bigger breeders that I actually tap in with are Can't Go Wrong with us, and Motor Talk. They actually are people that I can literally pick up the phone and be like, "Yo, what y'all think about this?" And
Right.
and it's pretty dope being so new and being able to call people that are so heavy in the game, and they're gonna really shoot the shit with me. And
That's the love, man. That's the love of the bully world.
It's surprising. I tell my kid this all the time. My daughter's about to be 18, and I tell her, last day of high school was today. But one thing that I consistently preach to this kid is your daddy is the person that nobody is ever afraid to not pick up the phone for, because I'll never want for nothing. And you gotta hold that to a high standard, you know what I mean? And when you need something, really need it, and don't just be on no bullshit and playing around. And don't be the person that's down that's always needing something. Stay that person. I could go through my phone and just flip the Rolodex. Nigga, anybody's gonna pick up that my line hits, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of people that you wanna support and have in your team, you know what I mean? That it don't matter the time, it don't matter the place, they gonna answer, and just, even if it's just some game they gotta give you real quick online, you know what I mean? You might be trying to make a transaction and kind of feel down and just, okay, nah, I'm pushing P, nigga, what is you talking about?
That's right.
This little nigga going for 10K, yeah, he 10. You know what I mean? So to have those type of people on the team, and people that can answer any kind of questions that you may have, and just because you are beginning, you still want to have somebody that may not be a mentor, but somebody that can help you as a mentor. Yes,
we gotta help each other, and that's what makes it a community. You know, that's what makes it a village. You know, mentioning young Walker, man. You know, they're the future. Right,
Yeah.
so we got to set the standard, you know, and the only way that we can do that is by example, and the only way we can be an example is by, you know, carrying out those actions with one another, you know, opening up the platforms, shooting the game the real way, man, pushing these fakes out, you know what I'm saying, that's giving the game a black eye and calling them out on their bullshit,
And
you
to be
know.
honest with you, it's dope to see such young breeders out here making money, like
Big bread.
money.
Big bread.
And it's keeping them out of the streets. It's
Yeah.
keeping them in their head forward. So that if it's, I'm
Good.
all
It's
for
good
it.
for the
All for it.
Yeah,
For
I'm
sure.
all
All for
for
sure.
it.
Yeah. And
So-
they got, you know, it's different when you learn something at a young age, because you really have the love for it, because the things that can get in the way, the blinders, you know what I mean? The distractions. You got less distractions when you got just to worry about what's in front of you. You know what I mean?
So Bully World, man, let's keep doing what we doing, man. You know, showing up to these shows, you know, building the community. building the community. You know what I'm
You did
saying, and
not
making
like
it
that.
authentic. You know what I mean, for what it's worth. You know what I mean.
Almost made me choke. He always get me right when I'm going in.
Yeah, you big
Yeah,
breeders show up to
like
these
that.
shows, man, because you're inspiring somebody. Then at the end of the day, that's
Very
what
true,
it's
very
about. You know what I mean? Yeah, your bag is your bag, man. I ain't gonna never knock nobody for, you know, doing what they got to do to provide for their people and themselves. But at the end of the day, if you are a part of this community, it comes with a price.
The smallest detail could go a long way.
Exactly.
Most
You know, to
definitely.
be able to shake George's hand as a young breeder, that's the world to somebody.
Yep, that is
You
very
know
true.
what I mean? Just to be able to say, I shook his hand.
Yeah.
Yo, Miyagi, he said, "What's up?" to me. He took a picture with me. Like, that means a lot. Not even necessarily
I
bringing
shot the
your
nigga
dog
in the
out.
forehead the other day with
You
a
know
Nerf
what I'm
gun. He was over here. I shot George.
Oh
I'm gonna put the
my
footage on here. I
Oh,
shot
that's
that nigga.
funny.
I got him.
Yo,
I shot that nigga.
Yo, so look, yo, check it out, Miss Pushin P. I wanted to ask you this question because it's a looming question over the game that I don't have a necessary answer to, but maybe we can all collab and come up with an understanding. Like, how do you feel about the usage of one particular stuff? You know, what's your take on that?
I
Because
see
you
what you're
dropped
trying to ask,
something.
bro.
You dropped something
What are
like,
you
yo,
trying to do right here,
everybody
bro?
running to the same stud and da da da. Like, is there any
So I did a
authenticity
TikTok.
about that? And,
No,
you know,
so I did a TikTok the other day, and I think that's what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. I'm on your head. Come on now.
I did a TikTok the
Yeah.
other day. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
I didn't see it.
It was a joke. I put the song "All About You"
Okay.
by Tupac,
Yep.
and we know the hook.
Yes.
So
It's
and-
all about you.
So in the
Every other
caption,
city we go.
Oh my gosh.
so in the caption, I put, "When I see all the breeders breeding to the same stud."
Got you.
Get
I
it?
feel it.
I
I
see
feel
the
it. I
same-
feel it.
I
feel it.
see
I
the
see
same
feel
Let's go.
I am I'm very opinionated when it comes to this. There's some amazing studs out there.
Yes.
Amazing. And I don't have a problem. I mean, some of the best studs that I know are, Bruce Lee, COVID, Drop. We're looking at the Ferdinands, Littlefoot. Like, these are some of the most used studs right now.
Yeah.
Beautiful structures, amazing dogs.
Kobe.
If you don't have something to compliment to that dog,
Don't go to him.
then what are you doing?
Yes.
So I'm not making fun of the people who are going to these, but if your dog does not compliment that dog, then do not use
Don't do it.
Don't use the name just because you think I'm gonna make a quick $5,000-$10,000
Yeah.
or $20,000 because I'm
Just don't
breeding
add
to
up.
this dog. My female, for instance, Royal, she's Tasmanian blood. I know that she has a little bit of a higher rear. I'm not gonna go breed to another dog that has a higher
high rear.
rear
So-
just because it's a big known. No, I have to find out what's wrong with my dog, what lowers
Right.
it, and that's the problem right now. People are breeding. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it.
For the
People are
name.
breeding this raggedy ass female.
Yes.
Thinking that because you're breeding to a COVID or a lemon drop or
Yeah.
a Giagi, whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, that you're
Gonna level up your game in one step.
no.
So
That's
here
what
we go.
separates a breeder from a
Exactly.
What separates a breeder from a pandemic breeder.
Exactly. Exactly.
how we're
Most
going.
Let's
definitely.
talk about the truth.
But
Let's just keep it real on the exotic network. You know what I'm saying? We
going
ain't gonna
into what Pushin P is talking about, have a fucking vision.
a plan.
Period. And the way that
Yeah.
I'm gonna break it down to you right now is like this. Whoever wins the NBA finals, guess what? It's gonna be a whole bunch of new Warrior fans running around this motherfucker.
Bandwagon.
You know what I mean?
That's the
and
truth.
it's it runs the same way in the dog game.
That's the truth.
Wherever everybody's running to go breed to, whoever's posting the most, whoever productions may be looking the best, you're not worried about what they females are looking like.
Right. I
You
just took
feel
my 2-for-1 special that I paid $1,500 for and
Oh my gosh.
ran into, you know what I'm saying, limit drop. So now I'm the new, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm the new George. Like, nah, come on, man. Let's keep it
after
100.
you do
Let's
that
keep the
breeding,
game
go
real.
ahead and stop at 7-Eleven and get you
Yeah.
a quick pick, my nigga.
Yeah.
'Cause you're gonna need all the luck you can
Hey,
get.
or go stand in front of Stater Brothers. Go stand in front of Stater Brothers with that sign, $25 pit bulls. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come hard on y'all, man, because we need to clean the game up at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
And if we don't talk about it, then it's just gonna keep going, you know, unaddressed.
Yeah.
And that's a problem right now because, like you said, you know, Me personally,
And
starting
don't
out
expect
breeding.
these big breeders to push y'all niggas away.
Nah.
No.
Don't
take your money.
excuse me. Don't expect these big breeders
They gonna
not
take
to
your money.
take your money. If
But
you
we
come
gotta
with the
address
5
that
bands,
too.
if you come
We
with the
gotta
3,500,
address that too.
Is-
Like,
wait, is
at
that-
what
wait,
point
wait. Is
do
that-
we
wait,
have
whoa.
morals in the game and say, look, bruh, I'm not finna breed to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
where
not
is
for
that,
one,
like-
I don't want my name on that motherfucking bitch. She's a
But
she's
why is
trash.
that their business?
So
Because
this is
you're
what
my production in a sense.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, you're my
so
production.
what I've heard and what I've seen is when somebody feels like they stud is it, they smack their yard to it first.
Of
So
course.
when you come back and you say, listen, I sent you the 5 Gs, use your stud, and I got bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You got something to come back and say, listen, all these productions right here are in-house off of my bitches.
By
and-
one of these.
Yes, by
Marketing.
the same
I
stuff
get it.
that you bred to. You know what I mean? So the proof is in the pudding. It's right here. So it wasn't me, it was you.
Yeah, I get it, but like I said, man, you know,
Nobody's gonna turn down the money. Nobody's gonna
at
turn
some
down the
point,
money.
we gotta start standing
if
up.
somebody sees what you have
gotta
right
start
now
standing
and
up.
they offer you 40 bands and you know the dog is only worth 20, you not taking 40?
I get it, bro, but
if they're
at some
offering
point,
me 40 bands, that means they see potential in my dog that
Exactly.
I'm not seeing. So no, I'm not selling my dog.
exactly.
If you're offering me
that's
a
the
big
difference.
bag for my dog,
That's the
then that
difference.
means
Okay,
that
so
my
I'm
dog is worth
gonna tell you. I'm gonna
Exactly.
tell you.
That's the
I'm gonna tell you a story right now
Okay.
that came from our homie D. Shout out to Colorful Bulldogs.
Colorful Bulldogs, you already know what it
He
do.
was on one of his
camp.
first breedings that he had done, right? Successfully. Everything is going down the line. Everything is looking good. He had a dog. I'm thinking it was a female. I don't
Yeah, it was
remember.
a female.
And
Yeah,
he did
one
not
of the
want to
baddest
sell.
EBs in the motherfucking game.
Didn't want to sell, right? Lady comes over and he's like, it was a Hispanic lady, her husband. They pull up, little truck, didn't really look like they had too much bread, nothing going crazy. They look at the dogs,
That'd
they
be
see
the
the
best
dog
ones.
that they want, they take the dog, and the dog that I wasn't planning on selling comes around the corner. And the wife loses her mind. She's like, she instantly started talking Spanish.
Oh,
Looking at the dog.
She's
That's already
checking him,
problems.
like you need a.
And he's no. We want this one right here. No. We want this one right here, right? So what ended up happening, if I got the story correct, is that dog reminded her of a dog that they had when they started their business. So it wasn't the production was crazy, which it was, but it was the fact that that dog took her back to a place in her own life that
Yeah.
reminded her of something.
Well, let's talk
And
about this.
they threw the bag at my boy. He had to take it.
The
He
reason
said,
that we
"Listen."
breed, I mean, I've expressed it several times, you know what I'm saying? Because it definitely has to be, it's a passion at the end of the day. You know, this is not for the
If you don't
weak-hearted.
love the dogs, don't.
Yeah,
Don't get in.
don't
Don't
do
get
it.
in.
Right.
There's so many people that ask me, Aunt, you've been running with George and this person for years and years. Why don't you have a yard full of dogs? And I said, nigga, I love the cameras.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not
It ain't
there
for you.
yet.
It ain't for you.
I'm not
Right.
there yet. You know?
Right. So, and I think that's why we talking about what we talking about, because it's like we trying to purify, you know what I'm saying, what we do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is our profession. You know, I know people that solely depend on breeding dogs, you know what I'm saying? So all the fuck shit that's going on in the game, it needs to be addressed so that, you know, we can get our proper just due, because it's not just something that, you know, you can just go out and say, hey, I'm finna go drop 40 bands on a dog, and, you know, knowing that somebody is out there, you know, putting a black eye on it, and it could potentially fuck up your bag. So, you know, that's why I say we need to do what we need to do as far as keeping the game pure and real, you know. Sometimes you might have to turn down that bag.
Mr. Political.
Sometimes you're gonna have
Mr.
to.
Political.
Sometimes you're gonna have to turn down that bag, bruh. Sometimes you're gonna have to turn down that bag to keep the game going, man. Keep the river flowing.
I'd
Trump,
like to see
slow down.
Mr. International actually turn down the bag.
I have. I mean, Miss Pussy P.
I'm sorry, 4-Yard loves your dog and he wants it bad.
I have.
And he doesn't want to
it-
sell it.
I'm not gonna sell it.
And my boy is pushing for it too.
I mean, so the proof is in the pudding right there. I mean,
He did.
you
He
know.
turned it out, and he turned it out on live. Then he turned it out on the back end.
Yeah,
and he
facts.
wants your dog.
So
Yeah.
this is how Pusha P got here. It's a whole side conspiracy
What?
to get this puppy. Her and her bands is in. They getting the dog, B.
Nah, man, nah, we just talking facts. I mean, true
He-
breeders.
I did not know.
True breeders.
But
True
when he
breeders.
told me to like come on the pod, I'm like, yeah, sure. Then I thought about it. I'm like,
Hold on.
Hold up.
up, bro.
this man,
Hold
I'm
up.
a
Random ass
kid
guy.
man.
Yeah.
So when I met him in person, I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
Real breeder, real breeder
Super
shit,
cool
man.
dude.
Real community,
This is my
man.
guy right here, man.
This is what we do. So, you know, I feel it, you know, I mean, that pretty much answered my question as far as running to the same stud and so forth. And, you know, just making sure that what we do is for a reason. There's a reason behind it.
Mando.
You know what I mean? We got a reason behind what we do. So, with that being said, what are some of the things that we can look forward to? I seen that you're starting to be a judge in the game. What's that like?
How is it?
Tell us a little bit about that.
My first judging gig will be on June 4th at the show in Paris, California, Battle of the Breeds. I'm excited. I'm ready
I'll
to
be there
bring
for
back actual judging.
Whoa.
That's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
go.
That's what I'm
Let's
talking about.
fucking go get
Hey, you know,
something on that motherfucker. Let's
hey,
go,
you know
because that's
these
the next
niggas
topic.
been
for
out
sure,
here
for sure.
like going crazy
On these judges, bro.
on these judges, right? You know what I mean? Like, nah, it's just a fun show. Don't worry about it. But we need real, true judges out there that know the breed, know the dogs, and that can really deliver and not be biased to who hired them or who has the dog, because you want to do some business with them later.
That's real.
So,
your
Miss
dog
Pushing
ain't
P,
it,
please
Shine
do
the
us a
light.
service. You know what I mean? And
Shine
get
the
out
light.
there and really not only shine the light, but do what you're supposed to do and do the job that we need you to do and not they need you to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let
Right,
go see
because
what's
I've
going on with my
experienced
son.
it.
Hold on.
I've experienced it from both ends, you know what I mean, where there was a judge that I had a previous relationship with that, you know, was a little biased because they knew me, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? They chose another dog because of the relationship that they had with that particular breeder and so forth. So, I mean, what do you feel like the game needs to address when it comes to that? If you know,
As far as like the judging?
yeah.
At the end of the day, we need to be real judges and tell them like you're doing
Right.
You're a real friend or whatever the case may be. Like judging, you need to put it to the side and just say like me. I was nervous because I'm going to be the judge for the female handlers, but that I don't care about.
That's big.
What I am nervous about is judging the junior handler stack because my platform has a lot of minors,
Right.
and I talk to a lot of them. I'm a mom, so they naturally embrace me. They naturally cling to me. My biggest fear was breaking one of their little hearts.
Right, right. So that's the issue, right? In the game, like being biased based off of your emotions and not based off of what you see in the dog, right?
But at the same time, I'm looking at everything. So if you will, I'm not sure when this gets put out, but if it's out before the June 4th, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the dog. I'm looking at the structure. I'm looking at how you're handling your dog. I'm looking at, how you're taking control of your dog.
So let's do like top 3 things that you're looking at when you're judging a dog. Like for them to be at the top of your list, what do they got to be? What do they got to do? Like just the dog.
Just the dog?
Yeah.
Not the handler.
Not the handler. Nothing. Okay. Just like, hey, this dog's already looking crazy. I got to keep an eye on him.
Okay. I'm looking at if the dog is actually standing there. Are you really stacking or are you wiggling around? Okay. I'm looking at structure more than anything. I don't care about the color. Let's keep it real. I don't care about color.
Color is last on the list.
I don't
always.
Color is not even in my books.
I like it.
I'm looking at the structure of the dog and if it is what it is supposed to be in its group.
Right.
So, if it's a bully, I'm looking at the structure, the rears, the Easty Westies.
Yeah, all that.
Frenchies, I'm looking at, whatever their case may be.
Muzzle.
Yeah, muzzle, no face, no case.
Yeah, exactly.
Tails.
For sure.
I'm looking at everything. So, I'm looking at the full all-around structure of the dog.
A real judge.
Yeah.
That's right. That's dope. I mean, coming in the game like that, it gives us hope. You know what I'm saying? Because this game this is not new. The game is not new. It wasn't just, born last night. This has been around for some years, and hence why different relationships have been developed. You know what I mean? Like, I know that there are judges out there that people have bought dogs off of.
It's the politics. It's the politics.
Then they'll turn around and give that dog that was purchased from them that trophy based off of the fact that they bought the dog from them. You know what I'm saying?
So how do we fix the problem?
We should have a rule though. then if you have a certain tie to this person, maybe you shouldn't be able to participate in that certain category.
Exactly.
Or a different judge should come in and step in for that certain category, because it isn't fair that I shouldn't be able to participate. And like me, I just am getting used to participating. I'm a little upset that I can't.
I just don't think that niggas should be petty enough to think that matters. You know what I mean? Like if your dog looks better than my dog,
at the end of the day, though, bro,
I think that judging should be its own thing. Like, it should be separate from the game.
It should be like the NFL, the NBA. There should be a coalition of just straight judges. I wish the game could put something up for, you know, those guys and those gals that are going out there and judging, just to keep the judging straight. But I feel like the upper echelon breeders, once again, those guys, they don't get their bag from the ring no more.
Nah, not at all. I mean? I agree with that.
They don't get their bag from the ring no more. So the guys that can really afford to put the money up and pay you guys to do the job correctly, you know, it's just not for them.
I think the problem is too, you got a lot of hate from actually judging.
Yeah, you damn right.
Yeah, so you judge a dog correctly, and then you have 4 or 5 other breeders in the line that are like, why didn't they look at me? Why
they ain't all gonna love you.
I'm alive with you every day.
Everybody didn't love Jesus.
So
we were at a show this past weekend, Frenchie Fest.
Shout out.
There was Rick. So many
book me next time, bro.
So many Frenchies in the ring that they would have to break up individual
like
categories into 3 sections to see all the dogs.
Crazy.
The Modesto show?
Yes, that was the Modesto show.
I was insane. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But it was good for the game. You know what I mean? They did the best job that they could. They actually had Big Rich out there. Shout out to Big Rich, who, you know, he was really doing his thing. He was really doing his thing. Dope. But it was a lot of dope ass dogs out there, and it made it extremely hard for him to pick those winners. You know what I mean? Those are the kind of rings that you want to be involved in if you feel like you got some top-notch shit, because they was literally on the ring stacked up against the best. You know what I mean? In the Frenchie game, you know? Exactly. It bring the fucking heat, you know?
It's good enough for me.
Yes, and it was like when you seen that last stack up and it was the top 10 out of like 100 dogs, it was like, oh, nigga, this could go any way. Exactly.
But, I mean, your boy came in the game on some new shit. He was throwing money. Like,
he gave away
that's
30K.
The first show that I ever heard of where they were giving like real cash prizes.
Money. Oh, he had a big ass buff nigga with the backpack on.
with
hey, my man's name is Debo. Shout out to Debo. I was like, Debo, what's in the bag? He was like, I got all the money, and I was like,
oh yeah, nobody's
right there. It sounded like paid in full.
That's what you're like.
You got all the money right there. It was dope, man. It was a dope show. Shout out to everybody in the OCK family, including myself, because I'm a part of that coalition. It went down. You know, it was super dope. I'm happy that it went the way that it went. There was no bullshit. There was no fighting. There was no arguing.
It was,
you know what I mean?
The cleanest.
And that was the best part about it, was the dogs were so nice that niggas looked around after they lost and was like, I can't even be mad.
Can't be mad.
Let's
do it.
That's how it has to be, though.
So the game is turning around where we need it to be.
Slowly but surely, it's going to get back to it. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And I feel like there's like the lack of shows through the lockdown of the pandemic has thrown the show game for a loop, if you ask me. Right? Really, you had to be,
I mean, because you was there in the beginning.
You had to be ABR. You had to really be one of these big name registries to throw a show that people were actually going to show up to. Everything else was like a barbecue. You know what I mean? They weren't even calling it a fun show. Like, it's a fun show. It's a barbecue. It's a picnic. You know what I mean? We got our bully picnic now. You know what I mean? But every single week, there's been a fire ass show. You know what I mean? And as the Exotic Network and us trying to pull up to as many shows as possible and picking and choosing the best ones for you guys to, you know, come to our platform and watch the content that we put together. But it's just been tough, man. And the dog caliber has been the difference. That's what I feel. So the shows that we've gone to this year, the niggas that have held the name of throwing shows prior to, those are the respected ones that the respected breeders with those big name dogs are showing up to. Not saying that it's not heat at these other smaller shows, because there's still heat. You know, Rick's show it was a fun show. there was fucking heat out there.
Crazy.
Now,
Yeah,
Rick
everybody
has a
wanted
major
to show
brand
up.
in the Frenchie world,
Everybody
so everybody
wanna show
wanted
up
to
and
show
show
up
out, man.
and show out. You know,
That's what it's all
But
about.
you know what though? Let me say this. I have been to all the shows because I've been to some small picnic ones.
That's
where I
right.
was like, I have seen some big breeders actually there.
Show
And
up.
Still, you know
Ooh.
why? Because your lock-ins are most likely gonna come from one of
yes,
the up and coming.
yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
So me being able to see like Kraken or Polo Young, being able to see them in person is dope because most likely they're gonna get the lock-ins from up and coming.
Most
breeders.
definitely, yeah.
So okay, look, we're talking about bullies, and everybody knows I'm in the EB game. That's my thing. You know what I mean?
Everything EB goes through me.
Mr. International,
what,
live and
nigga?
direct. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna fret. I ain't
Is
gonna
that
fret.
his thing?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
his thing.
That's
Yeah.
big,
Gee.
big.
Yeah,
Oh,
check it out. You know what I'm saying?
wait.
Hey, big
He
dog
got
on the
a
yard
whole
list.
dog. He
Everything
he flexed at the end the whole night. You ain't
everything
seen it?
EB
Look at him.
goes through me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, big
gotta
dog
do
on the
the
yard
medium
list.
on.
Right.
It's coming soon.
Easy,
You know what I'm saying?
easy,
Part
easy. He
2.
did some push-ups
man.
right now before
Y'all
he
already
started.
know. But since we talking about the bullies, you know, I really want to talk about like the nature of the EB game, how the price difference changed from EB to bully. Like, you know, you can get a great EB right now for, you know, I mean, what, 5,000, 10,000, but to get that great bully, you spending nothing less than 20 bands. You know what I'm saying? So
I think
how did
if you
that,
ask me, the
how
Frenchie
did
game
that
is the
happen?
one that got everything fucked up right
Is that
now.
what it was? I mean, how did that happen from your point of view, from your perspective?
As far as the prices?
Yeah, price range with EBs, bullies, and so forth. Because you don't have a bully without an EB, right?
Yeah, of course not.
Okay.
Yeah, but the problem is a lot of people aren't willing to admit that. So.
Oh,
Oh, was that you?
Don't drop
I'm
too
sorry.
many.
let's
Don't
go.
drop too
Let's
many on
go.
this nigga.
That's why
Don't
Miss
drop-
Pushin P
let's
is
go.
on the Exotic Network. Real breeder shit. You know what I mean?
Let's go. If you
Yeah.
go back 10, 20 years, that's where we were at. We were breeding these EBs to these pockets to create these, exotic dogs. The problem is right now that some people are still doing it. So it's fucking up the game. We
Yes.
already have these exotic dogs, and you're breeding them back to EBs again, and then you're just coming out with these pot-belly pig dogs
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
So,
The fuck you doing? What was you
Yeah.
thinking? You was trying to cheat the
Well,
game with
well,
it.
I mean, as a
thinking you was
breeder,
creating something when it was created 10,
Yes.
20 years ago.
right.
So it's fucking up the EB game because they're making them look really bad. Now, as far as EBs, I'm really cool with Big Show. I don't know if you know Big Show.
Yeah, oh, hell
Big
yeah.
Show is an amazing. I feel like he's a great breeder, great personality. Just all around, you have to be just all around cool to be able to sell dogs. Because who wants to buy?
A dog from a weirdo.
Yeah,
Right.
but I think that's how we messed up the EB game because
Yeah.
nobody wants to give props where it's due. And that's what has lowered the price of EBs because in the bully community, I don't know why we think we're above everybody and we look at everybody else's dog like, oh, that's a piece of shit. Oh, it's an EB. It's a pit bull.
Right.
So, and we're not giving props where props due. We came from you guys, so you guys
Yeah.
deserve that.
That's real. So as a breeder, right? Because you know I do research and yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit. She really dropped that shit, and it needed to be dropped. But you know, my perspective, you know, my opinion, anything that is ran too many times, at the end of the day, you know, what you start doing is you start honing in on those defects, right?
course.
Because every dog has a defect. So how do you purify that defect? How do you clean that defect up?
Breed away from it.
You breed away from
Breed
it.
away
So the
from it, but
only
you know
way,
what you're
but the-
doing.
Yeah,
right? But the
same-
only way
Like-
that you breed away from it, I mean, in my perspective, you know, and this is just my opinion, is you go back to the origin. You know what I'm saying? I know. I'm just saying. I know a lot of. It's gonna be a segment when I really put y'all niggas on blast. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, go
How you
ahead.
got your
Come on, put the
goddamn
glasses on when
bully.
you say it. Put
You
the
know what I'm
glasses on when you
saying?
say it.
Look, yeah, go ahead, run
Do
that.
it. Go ahead. Do it.
You put y'all on blast, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came from this EB world, man. But then, you know, y'all running around with your peacock tails up like, oh, it's all bully, bully, bully. Look, eventually,
The bully was not a dog. Go back 20, 30 years. We didn't exist. So don't.
come on now.
Not at all.
And so you
Yeah.
got to come back. I'm just saying, you got to come back, but come back the correct way, right? And understand
Why
what
did the
you're
bully
doing.
come about?
I think it was honestly, I think, me personally, this is just my opinion.
Frankenstein.
I think it was a experiment from somebody that liked a particular style of dog. Like, I come from the era of Juan Gotti, Razor's Edge, Compton, you know, those dogs, and the originals. That's the era that I come from. And then all of a sudden, they were like, we got a bully. And I'm like, what's a bully?
The aggressiveness from the pit bull,
yes,
had to be taken out of that dog, but they wanted to keep the look.
The look,
right?
So
correct.
In the late 90s,
yes,
in the late 90s
correct,
and early 2000s, pit bulls were running rampant, biting children all over the news in Southern California, because that's where I'm from. I don't know if it was the same where you guys are from.
It was, but yeah.
So I feel like that's why the origin comes from here, because this is where all this shit started from, right?
Yeah.
All over, it was gang life, right? So these pit bulls are in the backyards,
Dog fighting,
not dog fighting. This is before the wait. Where's he at? Hold on.
Hit
We got
X
him.
one time,
We got him. Where's my guy?
You know what I mean? Hit X.
Turn him up.
Oh, you got me?
Yeah, that part.
Just
that
one
part.
time for the one time.
One time for the one time. These dogs were guarding drug money.
Yeah.
Period. Gang members, drug money, the dogs being overly aggressive. And once they started breaking down the streets and the gangs, then it came these dogs, and these dogs are now running rampant because their owners are now locked up. So the women that are around taking care of the kids can't keep control of the dogs keep getting out, they biting this, they doing that. So what did they want to do? They wanted to keep that look, but couldn't keep that temperament.
Right.
So that's when they ran to your EB, nigga.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I'm just saying. So you're going to have to come back. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to come back to correct a whole lot of stuff.
My face got to be stiff when I look at this nigga. You know what I mean? He be on here trying to tough eye me. And all.
Oh, my God.
It's all love, man. It's all love at the Exotic Network. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of subjects, you know what I'm saying, just to enlighten in the game, you know what I mean? But whatever your preference is, that's what your preference is. It's all love, you know, whether you got a Frenchie, an EB, a pit bull, a bully, you know, whatever your love is for the game, man, stay true to it. But educate yourself.
Yes,
educate yourself so that we can continue to purify the game and weed the bullshit out.
You might be winning with the EBs, though. To be honest with you, I think the more saturated ones are the bullies and the Frenchies.
Yes.
Because
at this point.
because a lot of people aren't, you know, with the Frenchies, I'm learning about them. They're not DNA testing their dogs, and they're sitting up here saying, my dog does this, my dog does Isabella, my dog. But they're not DNA testing them, so they don't know it. Then we have the bullies, like you said, where we're breeding them to just big breeders, and you're coming out with all kinds of frog-looking dogs.
Yeah.
So I think we're
You see that retarded-looking nigga at the show?
Man.
With his tongue hanging out, looking sloppy as fuck.
No functionality. Nothing. Can't even move. That's sad. And I think that we need to start talking about that too. Because I know, I mean, just going back into the judging aspect of it, it's just like, oh, the smallest, the most compact, you know, but,
I hate when
you know what I'm saying? This dog's arms is like this. You know what I'm saying? And his eyes is like this. You know what I mean? And they like, first place. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the smallest dog. So, you know, bringing that out on our network and on our platform, I think is very important. And getting the perspective from a respectable breeder in the game, you know what I mean, that has been through the trenches, I think it's needed. You know, so anybody else out there desiring or wanting to come on the Exotic Network, know that we're going to talk the facts and we're going to talk the real and we're going to get the truth at the end of the day.
We appreciate Miss Pushin P for pushing through.
Yeah.
And coming to fuck with us, you know.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to my man, Mr. International, for not giving up, you know what I mean?
Can't give up,
and
baby.
continuing to
Just
apply
like the dog
pressure
game, never
like
give
he
up.
does. He's a pit bull himself.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
And my guy Wilson over there in the background, you know, he been editing. We got to drop this Frenchie Fest by tomorrow. So yeah. We got to get it done. So he's over there editing. So y'all didn't really hear from him. But we got to give out.
He had his input.
He had his little input. He was in there. He was in there.
Yeah.
So we got to pay the bills, man. We got to give a shout out to some sponsors, man. Pack It Up Dog Training.
Pack it up.
If you guys need a dog of any breed to be trained, Pack It Up Dog Training is the way to go, man. They are out there in Modesto, mid California. You know what I mean? doing their thing. They travel. You can send your dogs to them. However you guys want to get the dogs to them or them come to you, they make it happen, man. When I saw the way that they had the Frenchie reacting to the commands, it was dope to me because I see a lot of Frenchies and they running rampant. They running wild. You know what I mean? They doing what they want to do. They bad and bougie and they cute, so they get away with a lot more than a lot bigger dogs. And the way that they had this dog on command. Then when I seen that, what was the Thanos?
German Shepherd.
The
bro.
German Shepherd. This nigga, I thought he was gonna eat me, yo.
Hey, I saw it from
I
up
had
top.
the camera, man. I'm sitting there like I wasn't shaking. The nigga wasn't shaking.
was
But
shaking.
I was trying to be a
We
professional.
still gotta go to.
You got that on recording.
We still gotta go to High Power, man, and get that bite work.
Yes,
in.
man. And we see some bite work out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, if you guys need anything, check them out at Pack It Up. And also,
Shout
High
out
Power
Pack It
right
Up.
here locally.
Yeah.
They doing their thing as well. That was somebody else that was a guest on the show that we got to show some love to.
Facts.
Yes.
Zapone, which
Zapone,
is
for
the
sure.
number one. What is it? Wilson? Let 'em know.
Organic
It is the number
pet care
one bathing solution
product.
for all your dog needs. You guys got to take them. Luxury. You know, it's small, compact, and it's just this size. Where is it? Ooh, hold on,
Right here,
I'll bring
Miss
it
Pushin' P,
Hey,
we got
you
one
showing
for
it?
you.
You showing it? He's
Hey,
showing
throw
it.
it to me. Throw it to me.
Oh.
Let me see.
Go show it.
Yeah.
Oh, he got
That's
some
for you.
hands.
That's
He got
for
some
you.
hands. He still got
That's
some
for you.
hands, old man.
Yeah.
All right. Real nice. Look compact.
Make sure you
fits
use
everywhere.
it and let us know if you ever come back on the pod how it worked out for you.
She
man.
coming back. She finna be the representative for the
For the
ladies out
hold
there,
it down,
man,
hold it
on the
down.
Exotic
We'd love to have
Network.
you back after you judge the show. And
Oh,
let us
tell
know
us
how
how
it
it
That's
goes.
totally
You know,
dope.
and then hopefully we can make it down there and we can get some coverage.
I'll be
so we
there,
can throw
for
on
sure.
top. So if me and Wilson can't make it for some reason, it'll be a camera on Mr. International, and you're gonna hear his ass. Goddamn it!
Yeah,
you
Mr.
might even see him
International.
with the
Pulling up.
glasses.
Oh,
man.
yeah. That
my
part.
God.
Gosh.
Yeah.
But we want to
I
thank.
heard him do it.
Yo, what you want? What you want? What you want?
You said he flexes with it?
Huh?
Oh,
Nah,
my
I'm
God,
just- nah, don't get me started. Don't get me started,
No.
yo.
Everything. He's so
Everything
aggressive.
EB goes through me. You already know what it do. It's Mr. International. Yeah,
Oh, he
yeah, that
flex?
part.
Little big flex.
Yeah,
Little big flex.
It might rip off.
Hey,
Oh,
might.
it might just rip. It
I
might
think they
just
did
rip,
that on
bro.
purpose. Gave me the small. I told him give me a large, extra large. But he gave me a small, little medium.
Yeah, little medium in there. But once again, man, to all of our fans out there, we appreciate you guys for chiming in. And Miss Pushin' P once again for coming in. Is there any shout outs?
Any shout outs?
Can they find your live?
Yeah,
how can
how
they
they gonna
find
find
you?
you?
Yeah. PUSHINPBULLYZ, PUSHIN bullies. P bullies, sorry. But yeah, I'm pretty much on live all the time. You guys are also always welcome to message
Oh, we chiming
me.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't invite me
tap-
nowhere because I'm coming.
Tap in,
Yeah.
bring your dogs out. Anybody can come on the platform as long as you have a dog. You can come on the platform, pull your dog out. If you even want to just dog talk or you feel like I'm with all of it.
With all the
No
bullshit.
matter what caliber dog you have, I'm going to find something for you to stack up against.
Let's do it.
Come
Let's
to
do
the
it.
platform, and even if you have simple messages and you just want some type of guidance, get at my inbox. I'm ready. You
Yeah.
will
That's
always
dope.
get written back.
All right, you
Breedership.
guys, man. That's it for us, man. We will see you guys next week. I'm your man,
next
Anthony
week.
Smith, with my guys.
Mr. International, you know what it
Wilson.
is. Everything EB goes through me.
Damn, he
didn't
Real sexy?
elongated.
What was
He
that?
elongated. Look at
This
this.
nigga that turned into Keith Sweat.
God damn.
Who the fuck is this nigga?
Let me do mine.
The fuck this nigga
Yeah,
doing with his lips?
yo, man.